Hi guys, Penny Rose Journals, how you doing? Oh, I'm still working on the desk. It's nowhere near done. Basically everything's just in neater piles now, and I've moved them out of my way a bit. So I'm making another journal off my desk. Journal just because I had this basically ruined old book cover sitting up in that pile. I pulled it out and have been just pulling things from, I've got a pile to my left and a pile to my right. I've just been pulling things in and making them go in this journal. So this is the cover. It's like super water damaged. It's a mess. It's all bent and I love it. Just that sort of thing, and it's also ripped in half, obviously. So I thought I'd do something a bit different with it today. Instead of, I mean, I could cut that out and rebuild the spine and the rest of it, but I mean, the thing is messed up. So I thought I'd just do something different. So I'm doing the same thing I did with that textbook recently, and just building a signature by basically ring binding, but with fabric. So this is what's in it so far. It takes a really long time to make one of these. It's surprising how long it takes. This is my stamp album that I keep my stamps in that I'm currently using. Some of them are cutouts from magazines. Others are genuine stamps that I have picked up along my travels. So yeah, these are the ones I'm currently using. It's usually full. I've been using quite a few stamps recently and I haven't refilled it, so I'll get to it eventually. Anyway, I'm using those today on occasion. I have out my little scallop squares from Bonnie, the scallop square distributor of Australia. Rayleigh will know what I'm talking about. These are just some scraps. I have a couple of baskets just here. They're probably out of sight here. Yeah, they are. Where I like to keep little scraps like this. That said, I also have a 55-litre tub to my right here, where everything that's on my desk at the end of a project gets swept into the tub. It gets sorted through, the bigger things get put away, and the little stuff stays in there, and usually I will grab handfuls of that and put it in these baskets here in front of me, and that's where my scraps come from. So yeah, this is just some of the scraps out of there. Again, this isn't on my desk project. All of this stuff actually did come off of my desk. Nothing here has been pulled out from my my cupboards and drawers and anything else. Yeah, so this is just a piece of newspaper that's floating around my desk. Not much going on it, but it makes good sort of reinforcements for this. So these are basically scraps. I'm just going to move them out of the way. And these are pages that I have yet to put into the journal. So these are the ones I'm working with right now. I can't remember if I showed you any of that other journal. I know I sort of gave you a quick flick through it, but I'm not sure that I really showed me doing anything to it. Essentially, I'm just measuring up where the holes go and deciding whether or not I'm going to reinforce with my little, I guess these would be antique now, hole reinforcers. These used to belong to my granddad. Goodness knows when or where he got them. Yeah, so I'm either reinforcing with those or some bits of scrap paper. When I've got one of these fly leaf sheets out of a book, I tend to just like using the little Oh, reinforcers, goodness me. It's been a week, people, I tell you. But anyway, that's another story. I'm just using this because it makes a bit of a bigger hole than my other punch. Doesn't really cut very well. I really need to get a new little paper punch, but it does it well enough for this job. So I just have to pick them out afterwards, which is a bit time consuming, but not too much of a drama. It used to cut them out fully, but you know, everything gets old, including myself, so I can't blame it. Anyway, so I promised the lovely Bonnie I would make a video today because I haven't made one this week. I usually try to get a video out midweek, but my midweek just got away from me this week. Some strange goings on. So yeah, I'm just going to pop these up here as I do them. I'll put them in the book shortly once I've done a few. Again, I think I'll do the same thing. This one's already been marked. Yeah, got them all out that time. Yeah, so I found a new recycling centre. That's what took up my Wednesday. I found a new recycling centre. It's an hour, it's a bit more than an hour away from where I live, so it's a bit of a trip. So I popped up there for the first time this week, and yeah, had a great time up there. I literally went to the book section and didn't move out of there until I left. I didn't have the energy to look anywhere else by the time I'd finished in the book section. That's how good the book section was. I brought home far too many books. Yeah, but it was a very good day. It was a nice drive. There wasn't much traffic. I met a new friend on the way. I had a look in Marketplace to see whether anybody had any bits and pieces on Marketplace while I was on my way up there, and met a lovely lady, Joyce, and her sister, and they have a big shed to clean out, so she has my contact details now, so I may have to move to fit in all the stuff that is in her shed. No, it's not that bad. But she is going to keep things aside for me and give me a call, so I'm very grateful for that. So not only did I find a wonderful new recycling centre, but I found a new friend too, so that was nice. So that was my Wednesday. That was a very lovely day. I went out, did my thing, and then I had a spot of lunch and then toddled back home again. It was the end of the day by the time I got home. It was a bit of a full day, and yeah, that evening I got a phone call from my brother who wanted to come down and visit, so he came down on the Thursday, so that was there went my Thursday. I did some tidying up, as you do when people are coming over, and yeah, got upstairs, did a bit of this book, and then he arrived, and that was the rest of the day. So yeah, I had a very busy Thursday as well, so I didn't get a lot done on Thursday. So here it is, Friday afternoon. Sun is beginning to go down because I work on a Friday, so I couldn't do this before the end of work, and I thought if I don't do a video soon, I'm going to get a nasty message from the lovely Bonnie, who's going to be cranky with me for not uploading her a video this week. She's your cheer squad, guys. If you know, If you want videos, trust me, Bonnie's all over it. She's telling me. So she's president of my fan club. she's always on me about making a video next. So yeah. If there's new videos, you can thank Bonnie, because if I'm too lazy, she'll let me know it has to be done anyway. She's a good friend. This is a very uninspiring piece of newspaper. I think I shall not use that right at the minute. Sometimes newspaper is interesting, sometimes not so much. Alright, if I was a piece of newspaper, which side of the pile would I be on? It's anybody's guess, really. I'll go for this side. This is my decorative paper side. There's so much stuff on my desk. Sorry if I hit the camera stand while I'm doing this. It's right up against my pile of paper here. I have these. I'll use one of these. I'm just gonna reinforce down the side of this here so that it won't fall apart when I punch it. This is some coffee dyed paper that it's just textbook paper. It's quite thin. It went in the oven. It's one of my very first batches of coffee dyeing. I still have some of it floating around, and yeah, it got rather crispy because that was when I learnt I cannot be left in charge of piles of paper in the oven, because my little scatty squirrel brain goes wandering off doing other things, and then all of a sudden I think I can smell burning things. And you go to all the trouble of coffee dyeing your paper, you don't want to burn it in the oven, trust me. I have done it enough times to be aware that it is a bad idea. So I do all my paper dyeing outside now, so therefore paper dyeing and paper making are both activities that are restricted to summer, because it just takes too long to dry in the winter. It's not that it gets so cold here. As you probably all know, I live in Australia, so it's not like in the negatives. Let's say we work in degrees Celsius, of course. It was 17 degrees here today. That was quite a pleasant day. A bit chilly, but it was a sunny day, so it was nice. My tea bag's been wicking down its string onto my desk. Messy little sausage. This is the inside fly leaf of a gardening book, and it's quite cute. So I'm just going to punch some holes in it and use the page reinforcers. I don't want to stick anything to it. It's already been marked anyway, so the trick is seeing the little marks I've made. It's funny, I don't know if you can see that on camera, but you can see the whole picture from the back too. Anyway, for what it's worth, now you know that. Right. So I hope you all have nice plans for the weekend. This is what I'm doing this weekend. I'm staying in my craft room. I didn't get much time in my craft room this week, so I plan to just stay put over the weekend. I don't want to be running off all over the place. There's nothing I need to go out for at the present moment, so hopefully, fingers crossed, I shan't have to go out all weekend, and I can stay here and just do the things I want to do. That's a bit of a colour contrast, isn't it? Let's do that. Do it on this side. Cut this white bit off because we don't need that. And then we'll cut the bottom off because, we can. Probably have to trim that again, but I just don't feel like getting glue everywhere and having to wipe it off my desk. because it is surprisingly enough that I remember that I need a glue book to start with. Try and keep things off my desk as much as possible, because we all know what glue mats end up like. Glue mats, I say, cutting mats end up like if you glue on them with your special glues. They tend to stay rather lumpy and bumpy and sticky, and you can't get it off, and that's just not so nice. Of course, I have a billion new glue pages to deal with now that I've been doing this, so that's another thing for another day. I found these all over my desk too. Well, all over my desk. They were in some of my cubby holes. They're just pieces of basically strip collage, that is. And excuse me. What else have we got? It's quite a few bits and pieces of it. So, yeah, there was all those sitting in a cubby hole that I'd forgotten that I had. So, I have to do something with those too. Else I'll go and put them in a box over there and forget about them. So, maybe I should just do something with them while they're still on the desk. It's not like anything on the desk seems to be disappearing quickly. Like I say, I've pulled all of this out of it, and I've still got two huge piles on the other side of me. This is an inside page of that same gardening book. And again, I think I might just put the hole reinforcers on that, because it's a nice, attractive piece of paper. Bit of vintage paper. Can't remember when this one was printed. It's not on either of these sheets, and the book has made itself scarce somewhere, so I couldn't tell you. Anyway, I might stop doing this portion of the book right at the moment and start putting some pages in, just so you can see that. And because it's going to take me a fair while to finish off this book, I still need quite a few more pages, and I don't want to make you sit here and watch me put holes in the pages and put page reinforcements on for the next 3 hours. So I will just get a few different things out to work with, and then we'll punch them and get these ones in the book. I like these pencils. I have a lot of them. The red ones came from my grandfather's shed when I cleared that out. I have a lot of things like that just remind me of my gramps. So it's nice to work with them every day. I enjoy that. I am grateful. There's already marks on this one. Don't need to bother. My grandfather was the best guy in the world. I know he would have really enjoyed my journals if he'd ever seen them, but unfortunately I didn't discover journals until very long after my grandfather had passed away. So, but my grandmother was one of my biggest supporters and advocates going on. Did she see my journals? I don't even know that she did. She used to live with me before she passed away, and I was a bit busy looking after her at the time, so I didn't get a lot of stuff done. I was painting with acrylics, I think, when she was still living here. So yeah, so I don't think she saw my journals either, but my store is named after her, or my Penny Rose Journals. Penny Rose Journals is named after her, my business name. So yeah, because she would sit in front of the television and watch tennis all day, every day. She loved tennis. Whenever the tennis was on, that was what was on the telly, exclusively. So she'd watch the tennis, and I would stand in the front room and paint, and then I would bring my paintings in and show her, and she used to really enjoy that. So, yeah. She encouraged me to be artistic. My mother was quite artistic as well. So, maybe it runs in the genes. I don't know how that works. Is artistic one of those things that you get from your parents or your grandparents or whomever? Is it a family thing? Or is it just that artistic parents encourage artistic children just simply because they see value in it? Whereas I guess non-artistic people may not quite see as much value in encouraging that sort of thing. I don't know, it's a bit deep for today, isn't it? I need more sleep, that's the problem. Less philosophizing, more sleep. These ones all need to be punched. Oh, look at that, I can punch all of them except for this one, which I haven't reinforced yet. So maybe I'll reinforce that one, punch that one too, and then we can get going sticking. No marks on this. I should put the marks on this side, be easier to see. So yeah, I don't know, I'm just rambling on about nothing right at the minute. I might even put music over this, who knows. Don't have a lot to say today. Definitely going to have to cut out all this coughing because I'm about to cough again. I can feel it coming. I think we might go over that as well. Or down, down. We'll go down. So it's almost June. Are we all as horrified about that as I am? I cannot believe where the years go. May came and went without me even noticing it was here, really. It's just gone past so quickly. Ow, ow, ow. Trouble with having to pick those little circles out is eventually they dig in underneath your fingernail and then it hurts. Listen to me sooking about things. I'll get thrown out of Australia for being a sook. Australians will put up with a lot of things, but we don't like sookies. Build a bridge. Hey? Oh dear. Do you guys use the word sook where you come from? I don't know if that's a Australian thing or from everywhere. Somebody who has a little whinge about things that, you know, they should be over by now. Or somebody who's sulking. Sulky. Sooky and sulky. Similar. I don't like sooky people. That's a general rule. Who does? I mean, come on. That's not an attractive quality. Usually found in children and adults of the whiny childlike ilk. I'm going to get myself in trouble if I keep on talking today. I'm very opinionated about things that I don't need to have an opinion about. think I need to just put a lid on it. So YouTube has been suggesting lots of new content to me lately. I don't know if that's across the board for everybody or whether I'm just lucky. I say that without facetiousness, without being facetious. I am lucky because I found some fairly good channels recently. Just different things that I haven't watched before. I don't know, I probably stumbled across something late one night and thought, oh, that's interesting, and then, yeah, it's become part of my YouTube algorithm. So, lots of doodling. I like doodling. I'm a bit of a fan. I like to do it. I actually like to watch it. It's a good video sort of thing to have in the background when you're crafting. Somebody else just doodling along. You don't have to watch, you know, every movement and every moment. You just get the idea. And they usually have, you know, calming, pleasant music behind them. So, yeah, that's always a nice thing to come across. Watercolor painting, but not realistic sort of watercolor painting. Just very loose and sometimes abstract. Sometimes as part of multimedia. Yeah, I enjoy that too. Yeah, just all sorts lately. All sorts. And some figure skating. Not YouTube. YouTube actually hasn't come up with figure skating yet, but some other platforms that I watch have come up with quite a bit of figure skating stuff for me to watch, which I quite enjoy. Again, it's one of those things you can have on in the background. You know, the joy of these platforms is you can rewind things if you miss something. So yeah, Yuzuri Hanyu. He's a favourite. He's doing some interesting stuff since he got off the Olympic circuit. Absolutely fabulous stuff. So, yeah. Pop this one in. Well, it's coming along, this book. It won't be too far away. I may be able to finish it tomorrow. As you can see, I'm currently using fabric here. I don't know if that's going to be a thing that stays or whether I change my mind and put string in, but I just like the fabric. So we'll see if it works. I feel like it'll work, but you never know. Definitely though, you need to support your fragile papers when you do this. I'm going to put that up that way. Yeah, I just like to give them a bit of support around the hole as I pull this fabric through so as not to tear anything. Everything, as you can see, is reinforced, but you know, better to be safe than sorry. And what are these books for? Well, that's the big question, isn't it? They're for somebody to use however they like. You can pull them out and rip them apart and make collage out of them. You can just use it as a journal. You can use it as an art book. You know, gesso some of the pages and draw on them. You can do anything you wish with this kind of book. It's just a collection of the papers that are on my desk that are left over from me making journals. So you use it like you would use any other paper. You can put them as pages in your journals. Just fold them and tuck them into pockets. Like I say, you can tear them apart and make collage out of them. It's up to you. That's the whole thing. It's just a interesting collection of papers that you didn't have before, and I thankfully will not have at that point. Because the destiny of these piles next to me is that I'm going to have to put them away. I'm going to have to sort through every single solitary page and work out where I need to put it and put it there. So yeah, I'd much prefer to give them to you guys. Ship them off to you, and then I don't have to deal with it. So yeah. This is lovely old paper. It's, you probably can't see that on the camera, but it's lined, like embossed with lines. It's nice and it feels good. It feels very interesting. It's very old. I cannot remember when this book was printed either. Is it heading on it? No. Not on this particular page. I like to use this a lot when I'm just gessoing pages and then doing my intuitive script and doodles with the calligraphy ink. This is the kind of paper I like to use. I'd like to put a different page in between those two. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to get another page. Going to do this page which I kept on looking at and putting aside and looking at and putting aside. It needs to go in here. I'm just not sure what I wanted to run down the side of it really. So, and I'd probably like to put something on it just as writing space, just to cover up the text here, because it's not particularly inspiring. Papers, have I got any blind paper floating around the desk? I have, what is this? I have this. Come hither. Paper. I have no idea. Okay, that's an old piece of office paper, so that will do nicely. I've been stamping on it, clearly. I will just glue that down. Nice bit of batch dyed office paper. You can see there's some sort of officey stuff from Tackle World. There you go. Not so much officey stuff. It's home stuff, I guess. I don't know why we have Tackle World's paperwork here, but we do. So I guess it is officey stuff, just not my office. A very sticky glue, this glue. It's actually very good. It's just a Study Make glue stick. It's from our sort of big office chain in Australia, Officeworks. Everybody in Australia will know what I'm talking about if I say Officeworks. That's their glue stick, and yeah, I used to always use the Yoo-Hoo glue, but I thought I'd give these guys a go, and it's quite a good glue stick, I must admit. I have no complaints about their glue stick quality. Still going to put something down the side, I think. Oh. Decision making is not coming very easily today. I'm actually not sleeping very well, so that's part of the issue. Hopefully I can get a good night's sleep tonight. You just never know. Got some calligraphy paper. Cheap calligraphy paper. Tears. It's not rice paper. It's just paper. But it's pretty. Look at that. That's lovely. And what else? Oh, we've got this piece left. Why not? Why not? There you go. Here I am saying I can't make decisions. I'm just like grab and go, grab and go. It is a good moment for decision making, clearly. Right, new glue page. And my tea is getting cold because I'm not paying any attention to it. On the other side of the coin, I will drink tea whether it's ice cold or hot. So don't ever think it goes to waste. There is always room for more tea. Righto. Stamp those out and then get where's the little thing? Couldn't see the mark. Yes, the hole punch works a lot better when I let the paper dry. Of course, for that to happen, you'd have to let the paper dry. That'd be ridiculous. Who's got time for that? Rush, 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 rush. I'm not in a rush. I'm just got things I want to do, like finish this book. I want to finish this book. I would like to get this done by the weekend so that I can concentrate on putting the rest of it away. Yeah, I can't live with my desk covered in piles of paper forever. Don't get me wrong, I can live that way for a fair whack of time, but it's been a week now. So, not that I've done anything, as I said, not that I've really done anything here this week, so that's probably why it hasn't bugged me too much. Just close that up. Pop this one on, and then I'm just going to plonk the top cover on top and see if it's sufficiently fat enough for my liking. Because I don't generally put pockets or anything in these journals. These are literally just papers. So I have to make it fat with papers. I can't be stuffing it full of ephemera. So alright, where are we at? That's actually not too bad. It's it does overlap. It could use some more paper. I think it'll get some more paper. What do you think? Anyway, that's how I make a desk book. Now you've seen that. That was terribly exciting for you, I'm sure. Yes, I will come back again tomorrow and do another video. I don't know what of. Maybe some more desk booking. No, I won't do that to you again. That's pretty dull. I will show you the desk book when it's done. I might even show you my desk if I tidy it up, but I'm not promising anything. Don't hold me to that. None of you. You can't. I refuse. So, alright guys, thanks for coming along. Sorry it's been a while since we did a video. I will try and be better from now on. Finished my course, that's something. I finished my course, so I do have a bit more time on my hands now, so I should be able to get going with the videos, hopefully. I think it might be the ideas rather than the time now, so we'll worry about that as we go. If you've got any ideas, let me know what you want to see. Okay. Thanks for coming along, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.